Hey, what's up everybody? As you already know, my name is Alyceson-Grace and welcome to my channel. It's probably been about a year since you've seen me make new content or really make anything. The last video that I uploaded that was out of the ordinary was from my dad's funeral. So it's been mainly on that track of recovery. Most of the videos have been, but I took a couple of months off and a lot happened. I don't even know where to begin. And this might not be the day to talk about everything, but it is a day to start the conversation on a lot of stuff and hopefully give you a good glimpse into what these upcoming weeks are going to look like. So if you will allow me, let's start talking. So I was pretty active on campus, but by the end of spring 2019, and especially by the end of fall 2019, it was a completely different story. I completed the pledge process for Alpha Kappa Psi Professional Business Fraternity in April of 2019, and I'm part of the pledge class 5 stars. 4 of us are still active. One of our PBs, she lives in a completely different city. She's not really available, so we don't see her very often, if at all. And it's magical. I love my fraternity so much. I like the fact that it's given me the opportunity to be the leader that I inevitably am destined to be. And I don't say that in a very arrogant sense. I do mean that it seems like I'm always drawn to these leadership positions, whether I intend to be in them or not. Which ties into something that happened in the fall, but we will get to that at a later date. Or we'll get to it later on in the video. So... Can you stop?
One more time we saying something on me without the video. I catch you. Guess what though? I'm gonna get and wreck you. Wrecking you with the simple flows, the simple hoes. You know what we do. We go.
I can't make a simple comeback video without you. I'm still with him, by the way. Whatever part I was able to salvage from that moment, that was Zion. We are still together, so we have been together for 9 months. So I couldn't see it any other way, but that's Zion for you. Then the second thing is that I am now a sister of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, and I know that is, to some people, even bigger than Alpha Kappa Psi. I love them for 2 completely separate things. But I love my sorority, and the electrifying Epsilon Mu chapter is always something that is to be loved and adored, and I'm so grateful to be part of it, especially being an officer in my chapter. It's crazy that I've jumped in and once again found myself attracted to leadership. The third thing, so I was the vice president for the Student Health Advisory Committee, and I didn't really want to do anything because VPs historically don't do much in that org. And then stuff happened, and I ended up being president. It's great. I love my members, but this is just like college club all over again, which isn't a problem, but it's a small org that doesn't entirely have the means to survive at the moment, and I just so happen to be in charge of it. So, for most of my life, there's been this kind of cycle of in the wintertime, I'm a lot more down, and then in the summertime, in the spring, I'm perfectly fine. Well, this past year, for obvious reasons, I wasn't getting out of that funk. And of course, it started early with the passing of my dad, and it continued well after everything. Well, I wasn't working out anymore, which kind of I attribute to Alpha Kappa Psi, but it's my business. I wasn't working out anymore. The only thing I was paying attention to were my academics. I was active, but I just wasn't really fully emotionally involved in anything. I was just a lot more volatile, all of this business. So I talked to my mom about it very surface, and so we went to the doctor because you get one free visit with my healthcare plan, and they diagnosed me with depression. I thought it was just seasonal, but they said, yeah, you kind of have the full blown thing. So they tried to put me on antidepressants, and I tried them for a little while, and they made my head hurt. I didn't like them. I remember sertraline, and then there was one other one that I took, and I can't remember it at this point. But it just, antidepressants don't work for me. So I've had to personally work my way out of this. And it's not easy because it also has to do with people dying, which there's no correction for that. When people die, they stay dead. They don't come back. So the pain that I feel from losing my dad, combined with losing a lot of other people, my childhood friend's grandfather, one of my favorite professors that I just had prior, those things simply tack onto the grief, and you can't bring those people back. So it was a lot, and it still is a lot. I am doing a lot better now. I'm in better spirits, but it's something that I do have to fight. That's something I didn't really talk about in my last video at all, but it's better for me to be open. I really am hoping that with all of the stuff that's been going on in my life, I'm able to finally come to terms with the identity of this channel. I've been talking about this since I was a senior in high school. I've been trying to figure out, what is this about? Why am I even here? I found myself just watching and rewatching Tana Mojo's wedding video with Jake Paul, and even though I didn't support that relationship in the slightest because I am not a fan of Jake Paul, I don't know, I just found myself watching it over and over again, and her style of videos of just being her, whether it's trashy, whether it's classy, however you view Tana Mojo, I just respected that somebody who's around my age, who comes from she's from Vegas, from a very, active lifestyle with a complicated family situation. She just made the most of it. There's a girl named Sophia whose last name I cannot pronounce. It was one of the ladies that I used to watch right before my dad passed. And so I still watch her now, but not nowhere near as much as I used to. And we're back. I had to take a long break because I ran out of space on my iPad, which brings me to the second to last thing I'm going to talk about. I had to get some help with the editing. I still do all of my editing, all my recording, all the stuff is me, but Zion had a spare laptop and it has iMovie on it. So now I send all of my videos up to the cloud in Google Photos. I pull them onto the laptop and then I edit from there. The problem I had with my iPad was that it ran out of space so easily. I just gave up on making videos along with a number of reasons, but I gave up on making videos because it just got tiring having to make videos and then keep them short just because my iPad didn't want to work with me. So major kudos to Zion for helping me out with that. So thank you. Everything else, let's see. Before I get to the last thing, I will say my life, just quick life update. I made a 4.0 during the summertime. I got a 4.0 fall 2019. So even though I was getting ready for AKA, I still got an A average. So, all A's everywhere. I got a new job, so I'm employed at 2 places now. I'm a learning center tutor, and I'm also an economics help center proctor, grader, academic assistant. So I keep busy, very busy. I have been trying to get better with my health. Specifically, I'm trying to lose some weight. I have gained a lot of weight since fall 2018, and it's almost like getting the freshman 15, but in arrears. So I gained a lot of weight rapidly. I wasn't eating very well. I wasn't exercising. And even though I look probably about the same, I really wasn't feeling my best. So I've been trying to work out and improve what I'm doing. And honestly, the scale is not budging, but I am stronger now. I do look at least a little bit more alive than I did back then. I have more energy. So from a non-numerical standpoint, there's improvements. I just really want to go back to my old weight because I know that only happened because of all of my bad habits. And granted, it's been over a year since all of that stuff happened. So my body may take a little extra time to readjust, but I really, really, really am trying my best to at least look at it positively or hopefully just lose the weight. So we're working on that as we have been for the past year and a half. But, you're here, so. The last thing I'm going to say is that the next few videos are going to be about my trip to San Antonio during summer 2019. Myself, Zion, my best friend Chloe, and her now ex-boyfriend Xavier, who's still, in our friend group. Anyway, the four of us went to San Antonio, Texas for a trip. And I had been meaning to upload this video because I got a lot of help from some friends and some family with some donations to help us fund the trip. So I really wanted to make the video to say thank you, but Chloe and Xavier broke up for very private reasons in October. And then I just was not available from the beginning of the semester all the way until November. And then I just had other stuff going on. That's my fault. But you probably saw it last week. It was this cute, corny iMovie trailer. I love that type of thing. I love cornball antics. And then next week should be day 1, then day 2, and so on and so forth. My uploading schedule should be on Fridays, and it will shift every year. So as I used to upload on Thursdays in 2018, because that's when my dad passed away, with every day, with every time it shifts on the calendar, I shift with it, mainly because I didn't get so active or so particular about making videos until after that all happened. Mainly because it's just, life is so short that I want to document things because there's a chance that the people that are in these videos might not be in the next one, or the people that I love might not see the next one. So I just don't ever want to take that for granted. Not that I did, but I really just don't want to take that for granted for anybody else, So that being said, have a wonderful evening. I'm going to go work out, edit this video, and I can't eat because it's too late, but hopefully you just enjoy my night anyway. Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Oh my goodness, it's been so long since I've done that. I make videos, honestly, whenever I feel like it. I can't make any promises, but they're supposed to be on Fridays. As you already know, my name is Alyceson-Grace, and I can't wait to see you next time.